Hello everyone, welcome once again in Cool IT Help. This is the new video tutorial for you. In this tutorial session, we are going to run C and C++ program inside Visual Studio Code. So guys, I will show you each and every step in detail. So very first, we need a MinGW GCC compiler to run a C++ program. So this is the download link. So you can get this link from the description box. So open your browser, visit this link, and then you will be landed on this page. This is the SourceForge website and which is hosting this exe file of MinGW. So just click on this green big button to start downloading, and within 5 seconds your downloading will start. You can see 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and here we go. Okay, file downloading will not take much time. This is a very small file. This is the online installer, and the files will be downloaded at the time of installation, and you will get such kind of file. Just do a double click to launch it, and the very first window you will see, this is the installation window. Click on this install button, and guys, this is the installation directory. Please do not change it and proceed with the default one. Click continue, and the second window you will see there are some progress, and because this is downloading important packages and files from the internet repository, and make sure you are connected, otherwise this step will not work. If you have a good internet speed, then this will not take much time, but in my case this is going to take 5 or 6 minutes. So meanwhile I'm going to pause this video, then I will continue. Okay, this is downloaded right now, and this is showing everything is okay. Now click continue, and final window you will see right here. This is MinGW installation manager, and this is showing you the some options packages that we need to set up C++ environment in VS Code. So we will proceed with the first one. Click on it, select mark for the installation, and the installation mark will appear within 2 and 3 seconds. I don't know, this is the default setup problem. Okay, mark appeared. So two default packages which has a dependency on each other, that's why they are appearing selected. The second one, we have to select MinG32 base, then we have to select GCC G++. Okay, that's it. Now go to the installation, click on the apply changes. Finally you will see this window. Click here on the apply, and then you will see this small window downloading packages, and you will see such message connecting to the prdownload.sourceforge.net website, because this is trying to download. If you are not connected to the internet, then this process will fail. So make sure you are connected with the internet. If you have a very good speed of internet, then all these packages will be downloaded very soon. Otherwise this will take 7 to 8 minutes. In my case this is very slow, so I'm not capturing all those moments, and I'm skipping all that, and I will show you finally when everything is installed. Then you will see this window. All changes were applied successfully, and everything is done now. So we can close this window. Click on this close, and on the back side you can see all these boxes are green. That means your installation is done successfully. Now we have to set environment variable. Now first we have to identify the download location. So two kind of path we have to set. First one, MinGW bin folder path, and the second one MSYS then bin folder. So the second path we are going to set MSYS folder, go inside 1.0 and then bin. So two path we are going to set inside the environment variable. Here we go. So just select this PC, do the right click and go to this properties, and you will see this window. Click on this advanced settings, and this system properties window will appear. On the bottom side you will see environment variables. Click on it, and under the system variables section you will find many variables. So find out path. Click on this edit, and here we have to made 2 entries. So you can click on this new, or just get the path, see MinGW bin folder, and come here and just update 1 entry. Now the second entry we have to maintain for the MSYS folder. Now again we will go back here MSYS folder 1.0 inside the bin and copy this path and go back here, click new and enter new entry, click OK to save everything and close rest of the windows. That's it. That our environment variable setup is done properly. Now we have to open Visual Studio Code. Here we go. So guys, inside the Visual Studio Code we need 2 plugins for this. So go to add this icon, click here, and this pop-up box, click here on the extension, or you can press shortcut key Control Shift X. So you will see the left hand side and this search box. Just type C or C++. So you will get some search results, but we have to select for the Microsoft one, C++ by Microsoft. Okay, IntelliSense debugging and code browsing supports coming with this extension. Click here for the installation. This will not take much time, 2-3 seconds required for this one. This is installed successfully. Now we have to do the second one, search code run. And you will see the results, and you will get a lot of results, but we have to select this one, this dot orange icon. Okay, so you can see there are some specification written about this code run plugin, and there's a green button for the installation. So just click on this green button to install it. So you can see this extension is enabled globally. This will support Java, JS, PHP, Python, Perl, Ruby and Go, Groovy and a lot more. Now we are back here in the Visual Studio. So guys, first we have to save our workspace. So I will create a separate workspace in which I will create all my C and C++ projects inside that one. So this is anonymous Visual Studio Code workspace. So first we will save it as a known workspace. Click on this file menu and come at this option, save as workspace. So guys, you can save your workspace somewhere in a particular folder. Okay, so I have created one individual folder, for dedicated folder only for the C++. So I'm going to create it so I can easily find out where is my workspace. So I'm giving the name my workspace for C++. Click on it, save, and the name will appear on the top. Now your dedicated workspace for the C++ project is created. Now go back again in the file menu item, then click here on the add new folder. So guys, add new folder means that we are going to separate our projects. Suppose you are creating a first project for particular reason and you want to create another project for another kind of things, so you can put in a separate folders. Okay, so here I will create a folder, a new folder, then I will give a name, then I will select here. So whatever I am going to create programs right here, that will be go inside this folder. Okay, my first CPP project folder is created and this is appearing on the left hand side explorer bar. Okay, now we have to create the file. Click on this one, file icon, and just type name of your choice. So I'm going to create a C++ program. If C++ will work, then your C program also work. Right here we don't have any program, so I have to write some C++ syntax to test it. Here we go. Simple hello world kind of thing, or you can print anything. So I will do a small change in this program. So there is a button to run the code, or you can press Ctrl Alt or N to run this program. Here we go, and now you can see output tab is activated and the output is appearing in this area. Hello world is printed. Our C++ program executed successfully. But guys, one more thing I want to share with you. This is the simple program of printing the values. Suppose you want to create a program in which you want to read some input data from the user, then this output console will not work. We have to do a small change for that. So what change? Let's do it. Go again to the file menu item, then go back here in the preferences, click on this settings, and then this settings window will appear in front of you. So go at this extensions, then the tree will be expanded. Just come down on the bottom side, and on the left hand side you can see the options run code configuration. We have to click on this option. Once you click, you will see all the properties related to this section will appear on the right hand side. So just scroll down towards the bottom and you will find this option, run in terminal. Okay, so we have to select this option, select this checkbox and just save it and close this settings. We have done our job. Now we need one program that will ask an integer value, so you have to type that integer value and this C++ program will print in terminal. Here we go. So this is the cout. This is asking for to enter one number, and after that, reading that number, we are going to print that number. That's simple. So program is ready. Now we are going to run it. Click on this icon, run code. Okay, run activity has been started. Now you can see, and the message appeared, enter an integer number. So just click on this terminal and then type any integer number that you want to give, press enter, and then our program will read this number and this will be printed on the console with the statement at line number 11. So this statement worked perfectly. So you guys have seen this is the proper way to set up your VS Code for C and C++ program development. I hope you guys found this tutorial relevant and useful. Please like this tutorial and don't forget to subscribe my channel. And for now, thanks for watching. Cool IT Help.